My name's Sam Hodge. I'm from the group PG30 participating in the software engineering project in semester 2 of 2017 at the University of Adelaide. And I'm going to review the document of the software process management plan with respect to the project management. So we were given on the forum some details by David Millans about how to complete the review, and it was broken down in terms of organisation and completeness with respect to the scope, the goals and objectives, team structure and the reporting and information. Then there was also details about the technical aspects, the work breakdown, project milestones and the testing and quality assurance. So to get on with it, I'm going to talk about the scope given in the document. The project scope was quite complete. It was just basically a short condensed version from the software requirement specification. The goals and objectives in the document gave good details about the deliverables and the artifacts of the software engineering process, but gave no references to the software requirement specification document, which is where the project was given a fair bit of detail. There was not enough detail given about the client expectations and success factors. The team structure gave people role titles, but the titles of the responsibilities of those roles were omitted and never really elucidated any detail. There was no organisation chart, and there was no clear hierarchy about the reporting or decision-making process within the team structure, whereby team members should report to the project manager about whether they're having difficulties with a project or whether they've got enough clarity of a brief. There was no process about how tasks were being delegated or the hierarchy for the tasks. And that's something that's difficult with a project where everybody's kind of an equal footing. So with the reporting and information, assumptions and constraints were included well in the document. The project monitoring was overlooked. Although we're keeping timesheets and we're making sure that we're meeting our milestones by keeping to a schedule, there's no record of that in the project management document. We also omitted how to verify that deliverables are being accepted by the client, which is an important thing in the workplace. It's what contracts are made of and really can make a huge difference to a project. So I can't understand how it was overlooked. The full document list of references was included, and that was successful. So technically, we were fairly complete. We gave good details about the hardware and software being used. The platform that we use and develop on is Eclipse, and the techniques of using a prototype to inform a software architecture model, which installs the software model, which installs the software and allows us to go from prototypes to a complete system. This falls in nicely with our process of iterative development. The details of the test-driven development and code inspections were given in the document, which are part of the technical part of the project management plan. The work breakdown, where we explained how tasks were assigned to people and assigned to milestones. We're missing identifiers for some of that work breakdown, and that's unfortunate because it means that people are talking to words rather than to a identifier, a pointer to those words. And it was missing links to the requirements, which is also sad because the requirements are basically what make up the software project in terms of its functionality. The work breakdown was also only given in responsibility to the last link of the chain. It wasn't describing the upstream team members saying, oh, I'll need this by Tuesday if I'm going to deliver it on Wednesday, and that sort of detail, and who those team members were. I think there's a limit of how much detail we can put into the work breakdown, and some of these things have got to be a little bit more fluid. The project milestones, because there wasn't a link to the requirements document, repeated fair bit of detail, but it did give good detail about how to achieve goals without having to cross-reference documents. So that's kind of a good and bad thing. The incomplete nature of this project milestones was about the approval process, how we can work out whether we've met a milestone or not, which is pretty important. The testing and quality assurance allowed for a testing strategy identified as test-driven development, where we followed the things set out in the Uncle Bob Martin video of the 3 rules of test-driven development. That's somewhat difficult for GUIs and for things in the physical realm of rotating wheels and robots, but we also identified how to put them into something that can be verified and validated by saying, when I click this button, I expect this action. But there wasn't enough detail given about the tolerances for quality assurance, such as percentage of code coverage or percentage of inaccuracy of the robot. So that concludes my talk. Sorry for taking up so much time. I'm going to upload this to YouTube, have a look at it myself, and then give myself a review on the review. Thanks a lot for watching. Goodbye.